Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Wow. Love that.
I love that for us.
I do love that for us.
For you and me.
I love it. I love teamwork.
For my friend, singular.
I do only have one friend, actually.
Yeah, I don't know any other people besides him.
Yep, and it is only just a working relationship, so.
Yeah, I don't know how friendships work. What are interpersonal relationships? I don't know.
only have friendships where we monetize our interests.
Right. I'm only want to talk to people if there's cold hard cash coming in.
I mean, that makes sense to me, honestly.
Yeah.
I was joking, but also.
But also, am I?
But also, am I? Congrats on cancer season, by the way.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Do you feel powerful?
So much. I am a crab.
I
immediately made the crab table in Animal Crossing today.
Amazing. Love that.
I was like missing a gold ore and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna kill myself. Like this is I need this table. I need it. I don't care about any of the other Zodiac furniture. I need a gold crab hoisting up a table. I need it. And I hit a rock and immediately got a gold ore. And I'm like, wow. Look at God. Just working in my favor.
I love being God's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the recipe, I was like, yeah, that actually tracks.
It's so good.
I want it in real life to be able to give to you.
Yeah, I would love that.
Just a little crab.
I don't need any other furniture.
No, I don't. I think just your movie
just
posters.
An ornate, gaudy, giant crab table made of gold.
It looks like something out of the original Schitt's Creek house. Like
I wish I understood the reference, but I still don't watch Schitt's Creek.
It honestly kills me it makes me actually angry that you haven't watched Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
I know.
Like, there's no excuse.
There's so many seasons.
It's a breeze because they're really quick episodes. Yeah. The only thing that makes it go by fast or slow is that you cry. You know?
Sure. Yeah, the tears just pause.
But it's a very happy show. And Lord knows we need happy at this time.
It's true.
Speaking of happy, welcome to our bonus, Jonas.
Welcome to the bonus, Jonas. Back at it again.
We're still not talking about the Jonas Brothers.
No. That'll be the last episode
of this podcast,
show.
Yeah.
Will be a bonus Jonas bonus.
Yep. Yeah, and we won't even have them on the main feed. We'll just have them as a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to invite the Jonas Brothers. We're going to have them on air.
Yeah. I think that's great. We are talking about one of my personal favorite shows, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, so good.
Fuck. It's amazing. And there are not a lot of shows, I feel like, that, especially recently, that continue to get better as they go on. Yeah. And What We Do in the Shadows, which is what we're talking about today, is one of those that every new season that they come out with is somehow better than the last one. And the original ones, like the previous ones, were amazing, so it doesn't seem possible to top it, but they are. They're so good. And yet they keep getting better.
And yet they keep... how do they do it?
I honestly don't know. Have you seen the movie?
Of course I've seen it.
Tell me all of your thoughts about the movie.
It's Okay, so I was actually, and you know this because we've talked about this on this podcast, I think. I was very late to the television show version of
Yes.
I think I started watching it like a couple months ago, maybe. Early this year.
That makes
maybe.
sense to me.
But I've watched the movie, I can't even tell you how many times.
Probably a lot then.
And it's
I would.
probably a lot. It's perfect. It's a perfect movie. Because I love, like, and I've always loved Jermaine Clements because I grew up on Flight of the Conchords, and I was like, that's my fucking dude. Like, something about, what are they called? It's not Australia, New Zealand people. Are like, there's something in my funny bone
Right.
that they got, and they just got my fucking number.
Sure.
And so him and Taika and the gang dress up as vampires
And that in
and
and
go
of
on
itself.
and do some hijinks. Done. And it's also a really good mockumentary. Like, it's a good example of like how to do a like comedic mockumentary and like poke fun at documentaries and the way they're structured. It's so good. It's so good.
It's a good crew. It's a good
Yeah.
idea, and it's funny.
Right. Yeah. And like that's the thing too, like something that we've talked a lot about because we exclusively or mostly exclusively talk about vampire adjacent media
It's true.
is that like most of them get like kind of a bad rap.
Yes.
Because like it's inherently like a boring kind of thing. Like everyone talks very hoity-toity and like everything's in black and white and like everything's kind of just like weird in a way,
Yes.
that kind of way that is like it's hard to like market for like a mainstream kind of thing. Like it's hard to be like it's Nosferatu but sexy.
Which, I mean, yes.
Which like would cater to one specific person.
Me, but no one else.
But like trying to like do vampires in like a very like traditional comedy is something that's really hard to do.
Right.
And especially with something like a very offbeat kind of humor. But it's like it makes so much sense and there's so many puns and it's done really well and it's just fantastic.
Absolutely. And I didn't think that it would be possible to like I was very cautious about a TV show version of this because I was like, what do you mean? How are they going to do this again but different? And
yeah.
For me, the TV show hits, I don't know that I'd say more, but it just hits. I like a TV show.
Yeah.
Usually I like a TV show more than I do a movie.
Sure.
And that's usually just because it allows things to be fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah, totally.
And goddamn, this cast of the TV show is impeccable.
Like nothing but hits. Every single person in that lineup is impeccable.
And not only are they incredibly talented,
yeah,
but they are also beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And the fucked up thing that I didn't realize, I think until honestly like a couple weeks ago, is that like they're beautiful in the show, but they're also beautiful like out of the show. Because someone on Twitter, I think like maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, posted a picture of the actor that plays Nandor when he's not in his fucking getup. And
hello?
And I think his name is, I think it's Kaivan Novak. I don't. And he's unbelievably hot. Like disrespectfully hot. And
Jason Momoa who?
Oh my god. It fucked me up so bad. Like, I threw my phone. I got so pissed off. Because this cast in and of itself they're all hits. And I love this show. It makes me so happy every time that we watch it. And I originally thought, like, it's going to be one of those things that we just, like, watch in the background. And I can't. I mean, I can always multitask, but like I'm constantly drawn to it because it is very engaging, which I love a lot.
Yeah, it's too cool too that they're like always come up with a new thing to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Like it feels like something that would be like so limiting and like hard to make jokes off of, or like what's the next thing? But there's like so many like tiny plot things that happen each episode, but also like long-standing arcs that kind of like adapt and grow over time that are like always changing and like developing, and it's like, they're minds.
There's a lot of different spaces for comedy that I really enjoy. I mean, just the fact that they're in Staten Island in and of itself is amazing.
It's perfect.
And so I love that. But yeah, like the long arcs of them like going into fucking Manhattan with the club is great. But then also
and Nick Kroll with his shiny fucking stupid jacket.
He fits in so well there too. It's so
being
fucked
a rascal,
up.
Or like I don't remember what his title was, but it's great.
And like this past season's arc of Guillermo being like a vampire hunter. But then there's also like the little bits of like when we see like Nadia and Laszlo like being singers. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Like inventing all the music that's ever happened.
Oh my god.
I mean, and also the most important plot point.
Yes.
Jackie Daytona.
Oh my god.
Normal human bartender, Jackie Daytona.
Honestly, my favorite episode from this season.
The serotonin.
It was unreal.
Shot into my brain like a rocket. Like it's such a perfect episode because it's like doing this thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm like gonna dress up. This is my one little vacation where I like dress up and go to a shitty town where I own a bar and I'm just hanging out with like making sure the kids at the high school can go to nationals or whatever and do their volleyball, and also a real vampire is also trying to not be outed as a vampire, and they both don't know that they're vampires. They're just like, what do you want to drink? It's like, I'll have human beer.
Yeah.
Yes, human beer is good. It's perfect. It's perfect.
I love it.
And Jackie Daytona is perfect.
It's unbeatable. Unbeatable.
I'm changing my name to Jackie Daytona.
I loved it also when fucking Taylor had her Twitter name as Jackie Daytona for a while.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my god. It cracked me up every time.
Yeah, shout out Taylor Brown.
Doing the important work.
Always.
This show brings me such joy. And like the ideas that they've taken on conventional ideas of vampires and then like turned them on their head. Especially with like Colin Robinson too.
Oh my god.
His whole fucking story cracks me up. It is so interesting that like he plays this character. One, he plays it so well because he annoys the shit out of me, which like he's doing it right.
Yeah.
But the concept of an energy vampire in and of itself is unbelievably fascinating.
Yeah. And just going to cubicles and like chit-chatting with people and being like, wow, I'm tired.
Yeah, I love it.
I loved it too when he was like, basically became an internet troll.
Yes.
It was like, I can't hunt now for whatever reason, but I do have 17 Twitter accounts that I just pick fights with people. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps contextualize our world a lot more if there were energy vampires.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm willing to believe that.
Yep.
Also that none of them believe in ghosts.
Yes!
And they're like, they're vampires. They're just a bunch of supernatural creatures, and it's like, I don't know about ghosts though. Seems a little suspicious.
Seems weird. And that like they have this beef with witches.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And like the fucking like Nadia's doll this season, that's so creepy.
I hate it. And then Colin Robertson tries to kiss.
Oh my god!
So much. The way it moves, it's just like the necks on the hairs on the back of my neck just stand up whenever it's on screen.
I fucking hate it so much. Things I don't hate. They did it more so last season than they have this season, but the guest stars that they get on this show,
oh my god, they're so
unreal. I mean, having Beanie Feldstein last season was great.
And she was fantastic.
I think it worked so well. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, because she was just like, oh, I'm going through, like, vampire puberty, basically.
Yeah.
And she's so good at just being nervous.
Yeah,
And,
there wasn't...
she's so funny.
There wasn't a lot of acting involved, it felt like.
No, yeah. But it made me laugh so fucking
Yes.
much.
And then I think Jermaine Clement and Tyga were in, I think it was the finale last season, if I remember.
Yeah, it was like when they're all like in the council room with the robes and stuff.
'Cause wasn't
and it's
like,
oh, you're gonna die.
Wasn't Tilda Swinton there too or something?
Yes, Tilda Swinton was like the lead vampire, which is like, yeah.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that actually tracks. And then Nick Kroll, which, I get it. That also tracks. So, it is an amazing group, and I think, more than most shows, I would love to be on. It just feels like a fun environment to be on set with.
I bet they have so much fun making this.
I hope so. Because it definitely comes across that way.
Yeah. Who would you want to be a guest star on the show, if you could choose?
As in, like, who would I play?
I mean, you can do that, but also if there's a celebrity.
As in, okay.
show.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm gonna try and choose someone from New York.
Okay.
Just because it feels like that's kind of what they've done before.
Sure, yeah. In the scene, you know.
Like they've kind of selected comedians before that are in New York. One of the episodes that I really liked that they did this time was it was like the fake new coven of vampires this season, where Guillermo went to, but then it turned out to just be like the servant or the.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that one a lot because like the idea of a vampire that had just been turned when they were like 12, I thought was hilarious. It gave me a lot of like Dakota Fanning vibes, but I always imagine her when she's a baby, which is not who she is now. I think one of the people that initially came to my mind when you said this, and I'm just gonna stick with it, is Tracy Clayton.
Yeah.
I think Tracy would be fucking hilarious.
That's great. That's fabulous. And she'd do like full Southern.
Absolutely. And I'm
like gothic vampire.
I miss her
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, oh my god, have you been seeing the beef that's been happening?
I have.
With all that? That was nuts.
Yeah, I would say Tracy, because I think, if I remember correctly, she's based in New York. Both of them are. And then I know Phoebe Robinson was also on Search Party and was hilarious on that. In addition to like literally everything else that she's been on. And
just existing.
Yeah. So I would say either Tracy or Phoebe Robinson, just because I miss both of their podcasts immensely. And I think they'd be fucking hilarious as vampires. What about you?
Yeah. When I first thought of this, I was like, John Mulaney would be funny.
Yes.
Just because imagining him trying to pretend to be a vampire is more funny than anything you could possibly say as a vampire in a scripted form.
It would track a lot, I think.
Right. If he was like part of Nick's crew, like his tiny little crew in the sewers, like that would be fun.
I imagined him with Tilda.
Or with Tilda, doing, that's cool. I love that.
Just as like the assistant.
Just like vibing, you know, like just a very sickly vampire boy.
Yep.
Or a familiar, you know.
Yes, I agree.
Could be. I also think that Andrew Scott would be fun.
Oh my god. Yes.
Just as like sexy vampire.
If we can just continue to add Andrew Scott to things, that would make me very happy.
Why did we stop? Why did we stop?
Listen, here's the thing. I just feel like a lot of people got very judgmental over how horny he made everyone in Sherlock.
Right. And then again in Fleabag.
And I think that they're just scared of his power instead of just
people
leaning
are
into
scared
it.
to be hot for Andrew Scott. And it's like, listen, the girls and the gays have been there since 2013 or whatever.
Right.
Get fucking used to it. Get on board. You're late. Let's go. Why are we wasting time with this?
Absolutely.
I want to see his cute little face.
Oh my god.
And everything. Is that a crime?
I don't think it's a
I
crime
want to
at
see him
all.
collecting checks.
Also, I just had to do a cursory Google search on Andrew Scott, and he is in fact a Libra, which makes complete sense to me. God, he's so hot. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
We could just do a whole bonus bonus on Andrew Scott.
Seriously.
I am interested, though, in the question of which of the main 5 we are.
Yeah.
Is it? I honestly...
Ooh.
Math is so hard, honestly.
Yeah.
5. Okay, so yeah, the 4 and then Guillermo, which you have to count.
Yeah.
So we have a BuzzFeed quiz.
Ugh. Thank God.
They're always coming in clutch here for us to take.
Yeah.
So this one is, which vampire from What We Do in the Shadows are you? And this is from Hattie Soikin. Oh my god, also before we get into this, can we talk about fucking Laszlo and the bat transformation that they do?
Oh my god,
One of the funniest things in this whole show for me is that they just have to say bat to turn into bat. Oh, it's so funny to me. Okay. Alright, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Hell yeah. Approximately, how old are you? 8,000, and the bags under my eyes can attest to that.
Yep.
Almost 900, but I look 16. 379. Super young, like 183, and still in my rebellious phase. 28, but I'm gonna live forever, and in my 30s.
This is definitely not my first life. I know that.
Just out the gate with that. Is there any elaboration on that, or do I just have to sit with that?
There's just too much trauma. Too much trauma for one life.
It's intergenerational and interlife trauma.
So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say the 183.
Yeah, there's something about the number 379 that really speaks to me.
That's
I'm gonna
fair.
go with that. Just the vibes.
Okay, choose a bed. All right. We have a tan coffin. We have a maroon kind of oxblood coffin that has the cross on the outside. We have a metal looking coffin, but this one's peeking open. We have a dark natural wood coffin. We have what looks like a cigarette box.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
an actual bed.
A real
bed with a tan duvet.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If I was a vampire, I would not sleep in a coffin.
Yes. Yeah, that feels like a very claustrophobic situation.
I agree.
Don't they, also, hang from the ceiling or whatever and, sleep upside down?
Right.
Isn't that a thing?
That is not
More?
a trope I would lean into, because if I lean into the personal mythology that vampires don't sleep, and there is no quick access to charging ports there, so, how am I going to play my Switch in a coffin, you know?
I gotta harvest my orchard.
That just does not seem comfortable. So I'm going to go with the actual bed.
Imagining feeding in corn. And it's so close to your face because your arms are right up against the door of a coffin.
Just have no room at all.
Yeah, I'm going with this black moment. This whole metal goth moment. Okay. What's your favorite thing about Stu? He's a virgin. He's a murderer. He gets technology. He has warm human hands. He's a vegetarian. He has big red cheeks.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
All right, Stu.
Stewie.
Stewie.
Stewie boy.
I am a sucker for a warm human hand. As someone with under-oxygenated hands,
Sure.
I am a sucker for a warm hand, I will say that.
Yeah. What can I say?
What about you?
I'm gonna do vegetarian.
Choose an enemy.
Ah!
The Beast.
Sure.
Nuns. But they chose Whoopi Goldberg's nun.
Specifically Whoopi and Sister.
Alright. Twilight. Vampire hunters. Werewolves. But not...
Yeah.
This looks like a Chris Pratt kind of werewolf.
Those are the ones from the movie.
Yes. It's a very...
But yeah.
It's a stock... It's not even...
Fratty. They're a fratty
the
werewolf.
Polaroid kind of photos of
Fine.
werewolves. And then
Yeah.
a stock photo of a human throuple.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta go Twilight. I gotta stay true to who I am.
If it wasn't...
And my long-standing war with Stephanie Meyer.
And just Summit Entertainment as a concept.
yeah, this is morally against some entertainment.
Listen, okay, if it wasn't Sister Act, I would say Nuns.
Yeah.
But I love Sister Act.
Yeah.
So that...
Hashtag not all nuns.
Hashtag not all nuns. Honestly, not for real. Okay, but I am gonna click Nuns though.
Yeah.
Specifically against Buena Vista Pictures. Okay. What's your
best? Oh, is this yours or is it mine?
Oh, no, that's
Did you just
yours.
do that?
Sorry.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry. I'll see myself out.
What's your best trait as a flatmate? I always recycle. I do the dishes once every 5 years or so. I bring over human gifts. I'm just a fun, social guy. I offer fashion advice because we don't have reflections. I mostly just keep to myself.
Oh. Cody, what's your best trait as a flatmate?
I don't... I feel like the fashion thing's hard.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. To be the fashion
But,
guy?
You gotta, like, keep each other in check, you know? Because, like, you can't see.
That's true.
No one can see. But I am just a fun social guy. So
It's true. I mean, the honest answer is I do the dishes once every 5 years or so.
yeah, that's my truth.
But I'm gonna say I always recycle.
That's great. I love to see it.
Oh my god. Okay. Choose a hobby. Knitting,
Oh my god.
hooking up, flying, scrapbooking, partying, or software development.
You know, hobbies.
You know, normal hobbies.
Oh my god. We need to talk about the photo I'm hooking up. We gotta talk about it. They look like what Adam Scott holds up in fucking Parks and Rec. Like, Oh, but you think a depressed person could make this?
Yes.
It's like when you do art classes and they have those little foldy, kind of like tiny mannequins.
Yes.
There's two of them just holding each other on a tiny bed in a sexual manner.
yes. It looks like the digitized version of The Sims before they start, like, doing the fucking... This is
my
what
God,
they
yeah.
drew out before they started to make the woohoo, you know?
Yeah, totally.
I'm selecting scrapbooking. That's not necessarily accurate.
I don't like doing it.
But it's close.
I'm gonna go with flying. I think
Sure.
if I were a vampire, I'd have a lot of fun flying. Like just watching what's his face? Colin Robertson, like when he gets all that power from sucking everyone's
Oh
life
my
out
God.
and, like, starts, like, swim flying in the hallway, what I would give to just that be my life.
Yeah, it's not
I would love
convenient
that.
at all, but I just want to know.
Yeah, I just want to feel
Right,
it, you know?
absolutely.
Okay. Choose a vital part of your vampire look. Blouses, a unique jacket, fangs, a good head of hair, a menacing expression. I actually prefer a pre-dead aesthetic.
Well,
I want... Half of these are just like my usual...
same.
Shit.
Same.
Ah,
I mean, I am a blouse's son. Good head of hair,
Yeah, you
moon,
do-
menacing expression rising.
yeah, you do rock a
I
blouse.
do love a blouse.
And you got great hair.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna say a menacing
You feel like
expression.
you're too smiling. Yeah, I'm a jacket all the way, baby.
That's fair. Aw, which food do you miss the most? Alright, this is fucked up. It says chips. They don't mean chips, folks.
Yeah.
They mean French fries. So, French
Wow.
fries,
British.
just salad, chocolate, burgers, plural,
Yeah.
spaghetti, and then I don't miss any food. I'm a sucker for a French fry, to be honest.
Yeah, let's be real. I'm gonna say just like a nice salad. I haven't had a fun, like, good salad.
A fun salad? A charming
A
salad?
fun salad? A charming salad? Yeah. One of my famous charming salads.
A charming salad that stays over later to help clean up with dishes?
Yeah. How are you most likely to die? Killed by a vampire hunter after giving him my email.
Yep.
Disemboweled by werewolves. Accidentally falling asleep with the curtains open. Hereditary heart disease.
Wah, wah.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I would say something exciting here. However,
Sure.
I am notorious for not closing the blinds.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the same. I repeatedly will not close the blinds. I will just wake up like already burning as if I was a vampire.
Yeah, I am awful about that. I very much like Beck. I am awful about that. I need that light, you know?
Yeah.
What can I say?
I gotta wake up to something, you know?
Yep.
Let nature do it.
I would rather it be nature, you know what I mean? Which vampire did you get?
I got Viago.
So did I! Why don't you read it? Read that description.
How does this happen? We did different answers for almost every question.
I know, it's rigged.
It was just the blinds. That was it. It was like, this is gonna be the deciding vote.
Yep.
Okay. Even though you are a relatively young vampire, you see yourself as a leader, and it frustrates you when no one sticks to your chore chart for years on end.
So real.
You're very sociable, and it often falls to you to keep a ragtag group of vampire friends together. In fact, there have been many times you've saved your flatmates from dying at sunrise. Maybe if you work on your hypnosis abilities, people will finally listen to you. You're currently in a loving relationship with a woman in her 90s, but the age gap doesn't matter much to you. You're only older in a technical sense.
Damn. Love of Viago.
Love of Viago. We love it.
I do.
Taika's greatest work, period. Done.
Truly.
He's done nothing else worthy of this.
Yep. It's the best one. Well, I want all of you to take this quiz. I
Yeah,
want you
let us
to
know.
all let us know which vampire that you are. And if you all give Viago, then we'll know it's rigged.
Right. It's a scam.
And, I mean, it's not the worst thing to get Viago, but I just want to know statistically.
Yeah. I love data. Yeah.
I do love a data, you know? Well, I mean, let us know what kind of bonus Jonases you want. We'll
Hell yeah.
look at them. I don't know that it'll actually influence anything.
Yeah, we run the fucking ship here, okay?
I don't know how to move a boat, but Cody probably does.
I could figure it out.
Okay, that's actually not true. I got my boater's license at like 11 years old.
You had your boater's license?
Yeah, dude, boat life.
Boat life.
It's been a while. I could probably figure it out though.
Yeah. Boat life.
Boat life.
Ridiculous.
It's that Lonely Island shit, you know what I mean?
Nice, dude.
Okay, well, Guillermo's the best.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, we still don't have a sign off for these, so.
Bye! Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. Our theme music is by Eli Krauss, and our artwork is by Maddie Padilla. Follow the show on Twitter at Into the Twilight, and support us on Patreon at patreon.com/intothetwilight. Send us an email or a fanfiction at intothetwilightshow@gmail.com. You can find Allie at Into Wild Places and me at Cody Crow.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.